The U.S. is piling more pressure on Iran with a new round of major sanctions to hit Tehran later on Monday. The escalation comes in response to Iran's downing of a U.S. military drone, which the Islamic Republic says violated its airspace. But Washington has expressed doubts over who's really to blame for the attack.
We expect the president to announce an additional round of sanctions in response to Iran's downing of an American unmanned vehicle. The president also had doubts as to whether or not the downing of our unmanned aircraft was actually authorized at the highest levels. We're not convinced that it was authorized at the highest levels.
The drone downing prompted a furious reaction from Washington. Preparations to strike Iran were minutes away from being put into motion before Donald Trump intervened. He later claimed he wasn't calling off the attack, just postponing it. But he also says he doesn't want to kill anybody unless it's absolutely necessary. Political opponents of the president accuse him of creating his own crisis.
Was President Trump's decision this week to call off that strike the right one?
See, it's like somebody setting a fire to a basket full of paper and then putting it out. He helped create the crisis, and then he stopped the attacks.
And as RT's Igor Zhdanov reports, Washington's messages regarding Iran are getting increasingly mixed.
Just do it. To run a marathon or to start a war, as good a motto as any. Now, according to Iran, the so-called B team of instigators ran out of breath, whispering in Donald Trump's ear, "Obliterate Tehran into obedience." Just do it. The B team being advisor John Bolton, the Emirates, Israel and Saudi Arabia. A rare moment of unity between the latter. Bolton tried so hard, apparently. Trump said this.
I have two groups of people. I have doves and I have hawks.
Yeah, you have some serious hawks.
I have some hawks. Yeah, John Bolton is absolutely a hawk. It's up to him. He'd take on the whole world at one time, okay?
It was almost mission accomplished until the US president decided otherwise at the last moment and saw all hawks turn against him there and then.
The way that he announced it, it shows weakness, and it's not in our interest.
But what happens when our adversaries understand that he's never going to follow through?
President Trump was being urged by outside advisors not to carry out the strikes. We don't know who they are or why he would share with them, people not in the chain of command or in his defense circle, incredibly classified information about a military strike on Iran.
Critics went as far as to accuse Donald Trump of changing his mind under the influence of Tucker Carlson, a celebrity Fox anchor.
Now something fascinating is happening. The very people, in some cases literally the same people, who lured us into the Iraq quagmire 16 years ago, are demanding a new war, this one with Iran. The president, to his great credit, appears to be skeptical of this, very skeptical.
Oh, truly, the media has never come closer to serving as the fourth branch of power. Even John Bolton, the mother of all hawks, had to take Trump's side, saying that the president didn't just chicken out.
Neither Iran nor any other hostile actor should mistake U.S. prudence and discretion for weakness. Our military is rebuilt, new, and ready to go.
If he, started out with the wrong decision and had advisors saying to attack Iran, people would criticize him, and then if he cancels it, then they'll criticize him for, not showing resolve. It's kind of assumed by a lot of people that the Democrats are not the war party, but it's not a party of peace. And a lot of Democrats want to show their toughness by saying, we got to stand up against Iran.
And it could be just that, as Trump himself has been saying that he's neither a sinner or saint.
Everybody was saying I'm a warmonger, and now they say I'm a dove. And I think I'm neither. You want to know the truth. I'm a man with common sense. And that's what we need in this country, is common sense.
Not starting a conflict with World War III potential is good sense indeed. Yet when it comes to other statements on Iran by Trump and his servants alike, well, see for yourself.
We're prepared to talk to Iran without preconditions.
Right.
But Iran needs to understand that we will never allow them to obtain a nuclear weapon.
So is it no preconditions or one precondition? It's like telling a kid they won't get candy until they eat their greens, but then immediately giving them all the candy. And it's not the only thing. Take this, for instance.
What do you think message they're trying to send you with this?
I think they want to negotiate.
And now, how about this? Donald Trump, who's taken the time and pleasure tearing into the Iran nuclear deal, but now wants an agreement of his own.
I don't care what kind of a deal. It can be separate or it can be total.
But it's one-on-one talks, you and the Ayatollah? Is it one-on-one talks, you and the Ayatollah, or you and the president? It doesn't matter to me. You can't have nuclear weapons. And if you want to talk about it, good. Otherwise, you can live in a shattered economy for a long time to come.
Such consistent inconsistency doesn't help understand what exactly Washington wants from its foreign policy.
People need to have a lot more certainty that they're dealing with somebody who has some integrity, some sense of principle, and when they say one thing, they stick to it. And Trump is not that kind of a person. You can't really bargain, make major deals that affect the future of your country with somebody who turns on a dime and says something else, moments after he said something different. So I think he's going to have a very hard time convincing Iran that he's serious if he offers some kind of a deal to them.